In this video, we're going to demonstrate some different sleeping positions, and each position may be used for a particular issue. So let's get into it. The first one, this should typically be used if you're having some back pain and you're someone that likes to sleep on their back. So a way that we can alleviate that is to take some of the strain off the low back and pelvis by passively supporting the knees. Okay, so if I was laying back in bed and I put my pillows under the knees there, okay, that takes a little bit of pressure off of the back, especially if arching the back is what contributes to your back pain. Okay, then if you're more of a side sleeper, oftentimes excessive rotation of the pelvis in one direction or excessive movement of the leg inwards can often contribute to some pain either in the back, hip, or knee. So what you would do in that case is if you were laying down, you would take a pillow and position it between the knees so that this leg was more or less parallel with the hip. So in this case, I'm gonna have to steal my head pillow. So now I have two here, and that's even a little bit more comfortable. And now in other cases, if keeping the leg out too far actually produces your pain, so if you get more pain with a leg being far out to the side, then what you may consider doing instead would be to put the pillows between the feet. And if your pain is worse with the hips shifted to one side or the other, you may consider hip shift here. So when I say hip shift, what I mean is if you see the knees here, okay, in this configuration with the pillow there, my left knee is positioned slightly behind my right knee in this case. So you could try that, which could be helpful if this alleviates your pain, or if you're having more pain, let's say if this knee is in front of the other. But a good place to start is neutral, and your therapist will instruct you whether to perform a hip shift. Often if you have knee pain, something like this shift can help just to get the pressure of one knee off the other, or again, doubling up the pillows. If the position of the lower spine is contributing to your pain, often what's helpful is to put a towel under to support that side. So what you'd do is you'd find the lower ribs and the crest of the hip here, and kind of find for the softer part of the abdomen there on the side, and then you could tuck that under to support that side of the low trunk. The other thing you might do is watch the alignment of your top hip. Sometimes if it's scrunched up, that could be more painful. So if you can imagine, if you had a belt on and it goes perpendicular to the support surface, that will often be the most comfortable for issues of the lower spine. For issues that occur when the shoulder gets pulled too far in, or the shoulder blade gets pulled too far in, it'll often be best to sleep with the arm positioned somewhat further from the midline of your body. So you'll put pillows in front of you and you'll support the arm on those pillows to passively support the arm and shoulder blade. So those are some options. Once again, pillow under the knees. If you're a back sleeper and you have low back pain, if you have knee or hip issues, you may consider one or two pillows between the knees with and without a hip shift. If you're having some pain related to a position side to side of the lower trunk, you may consider putting a towel roll there or adjusting the position of your hips relative to how they're hiked up towards the lower ribs. And if there's an issue that's caused by your shoulder blade being pulled too far around, or your arm coming to midline, then you may consider supporting on 1 to 2 pillows. So those are various sleeping positions.